Hey, Scott Russell. Been a little while since I've done an update, so I thought I'd do a quick little update. It's it's an unusual time right now. There's still a lot going on in the world. They are constantly bringing in their filth, and shame on these leaders for what they're doing. I mean, and I think when you remove God out of a life and humanism becomes your God, then anything becomes acceptable. There's no standard to measure by, is there? And if it feels good, do it. And so these people that are godless in their minds, godless in their hearts, they are accepting the fact that genocide and doing away with the global population is an acceptable thing. Because, and I'm sure they've justified it in their own minds, but it's disgusting. It's a travesty. But anyway, in some ways things have gone a little bit quieter. The World Economic Forum's gone into hiding since their Davos in January, their meeting. And not really heard much come out of there, because I do believe, as I've mentioned, I think we're seeing their agenda playing out, and they want to not be seen in that, or else they've got a target on their back. But I have been sharing a few posts on things like food banks. I notice in Canada they're seeing the community start to feed each other with food and pantry type deals out, just not run by any organisation, just people loving people. I've shared some posts of some of the things I've done in the past. I think this is a really good time to continue to look at your life and think, what do I need to do? Because this is not going to finish. They are bringing it in, and just because it might seem a little quiet where you are doesn't mean it is. I think here in Australia, a lot of it has gone fairly quiet because they've got all the laws in place that they need in place. And they're waiting for the US collapse, the currency and things, and people, no, it's going to collapse. And mark my words, sure as there's a God in heaven, that US dollar's gone. The BRICS currency's coming out. And so I've been sort of hammering on a few things that I feel are going to help larger groups of people. I'm not in a position yet where it's really in a place I could say anything, because it might not even come off, but I'm trying. And I think for each and every one of you, I'd like to encourage you, if there's something in your heart to do, do it. Do it. This is not just about you saving your skin. This is about you being there for your family, your friends, for others. You've seen for a reason. Others don't see what you see, but you see it because you're called, you're set apart, and you're destined for a purpose. So instead of being offended in the fact that others don't see it, rise up in yourself and start to say, I'm going to make changes. Now, one of the hardest things in that to do is when normal comes around. Things quieten down and it sort of goes semi back to normal, and we think, yeah, things not so bad here. And so we slack off. That's wrong. Don't do it. You have to keep pedal to the metal. Keep preparing. Keep doing things that I've talked about in other videos. Maybe if you can, put a container in your backyard that you can put people to live in, because your family, when they lose their home, they're going to come to you. Or you're going to have multiple family members. That's on our Venezuela video. The man said they have 10, 15, 20 members in one family in each home, because as families lose their homes, they all come back into one place. And there's so many video resources in there. I'm going to regurgitate some of those, maybe, or recycle rather than regurgitate. I'll recycle some of those back on, and just to refresh our memory, I might take some clips off some of them, and keep plugging away with that. I think I know Melissa, for some of you ladies and gents that enjoy her, and she'll be back on deck soon. She's got some things going on in her life, and I think a lot of hope in her that she's going to be able to put through to people. So stay tuned. We're not giving up, but I think it's a case of not sharing so much in the hope that people aren't so jacked up on everything that's going on. You calm down a little bit, start to think, all right, what do I need to do? Because the world is not going back to what it was. If you think it's gone back, you're deceived. It's not going back. They are not backing off. The World Economic Forum and the globalists have an agenda they are working on, and they are making full well sure that they are going to hammer it through. So let's be wise, let's be ready, let's reclaim our world by a little bit of love, eh? God bless you.